Record on this computer. Okay, so if you haven't yet met Kristin, she is amazing. She is a part of our bestsellers umbrella branch, but she is Freedom Writers, right? Is your team page?
Yeah.
So she is the leader of Freedom Writers. She is a new senior director.
Woo!
So excited. We will miss her in Mirabal this year, but getting married is, I mean, if you're gonna miss Mirabal, I mean, to get remarried, that's
like the only reason that it would happen.
That's a pretty legit reason. But she is amazing. She has so much knowledge, and I'm excited that you're here, Kristin.
Thank you for having me. I'm super pumped. Oh, it says that I can't share my screen, that it's disabled.
Oh, that's not good. Let me fix that.
I also need to pull up my slides. So.
I'm just gonna make you the host.
Okay, awesome. Okay, let's get this going. And let's see. And Zoom, share screen to your slides. Technology, it's a treat. Okay. Can you see that? Yes? I think we did it. Yes, okay,
Yay,
awesome.
we see it.
Okay, so I'm super pumped to be here. Kristy is a huge influence on my business, and it's always exciting to see things come full circle where we get to keep empowering and helping each other. And I absolutely love speaking. It was one thing that I actually put on my vision board was I really wanted to speak at convention. I attended my first convention as a senior team lead and was a director by my next one and speaking. And so I had never been crowned with anything, and I was already on the stage speaking, and it was the coolest feeling to just be able to be appreciated for my ideas and my thoughts. And that's something that I don't think we get as moms very often, and as sometimes as teachers or aunts or as women in general. And so to be part of a company that allows us to be appreciated and recognized for our ideas and the amazing brains that we've got, I think it's pretty amazing. So I'm super excited to give you a taste of my Executive Leadership Conference presentation from last year. This was a presentation that I gave to executive leaders on how to help other people promote to executive. And I took a look at that, and I really wanted to bring it back down to the consultant level because it really starts at the consultant level. And so regardless of what you want to build in this business, starting as a consultant, and if you are higher than a consultant right now, if you'll go ahead and put your consultant hat on and remember what it was like when you were a consultant, because there can be some bad habits or some unhealthy thought patterns that we can address and kind of take out the trash in a way to move forward. So we're gonna go dive into this as a consultant through the growth process until upper level leadership, where you get your beautiful crown and the perks that come with that, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So we're going to treat this like a road trip. So there are necessities to prepare for a road trip. And also, I don't know how long this is supposed to be. I am known for being really long-winded, so I will hustle. Okay, so necessities for your road trip. You have to know your destination, otherwise you're just going to get in a car and drive in circles, right? Next, you need a GPS or a map. I would say map, but I don't know any of us who use a map anymore. It's more a GPS. We also need a reliable vehicle, a good driver. We need to follow road signs. There's got to be gas in the tank. I need snacks to drive anywhere more than like 20 minutes. And then friends always make it better, and a rockin' playlist. So this is our recipe for our journey up to the crown, the UBAM crown. Okay, so first I want to talk about what is your final destination. Now, I'm a gold green. They flip-flop back and forth. So when I started, I was green gold, now I'm gold green, it all meshes together. But setting a goal for my final destination was really scary for me, because if you're like me, I don't like to say that I'm gonna do anything if I don't do it, right? Like I really like to follow through. I like to check every box. I like to make sure that I can accomplish what I set out to do. And so sometimes we really cut ourselves short on our final destination. So I'm giving you permission right now to say that your final destination is senior director. If you want to do that, you can do that. And we can show you how to do that. But I want to give you to give yourself permission to actually think that way about yourself. So for me, this is what it looks like for me to be a senior director. I want to tell you a little bit about my story. Down here on the bottom left is the house that Books built. This house was bought 100% with my UBAM income. I got divorced a couple of years ago, well, a year ago, and then the crazy personal storm that happened. Before that was all through my UBAM journey. And at the time of the divorce, instead of downsizing, like so many people often have to do, I was able to just buy a house myself, thanks to UBAM. And that was a huge vote of confidence in myself. Through the house that Books built, we are also renovating the entire house, which is why my room looks like it does. I'm back in my bedroom. That's 2 of my kids' triple bunk bed frames behind me because we're putting carpet in their room. We've ripped out all the floors. The ceilings have been scraped. It's a mess. Like, huge mess. But all of that is paid for with my UBAM income. I bought brand new floors with my UBAM income. I'm hiring an electrician to put new lights in with my UBAM income. Everything is from these books. So there's my Granger. He's 8, helping us rip out tile in the kitchen. All of that has now been chipped out, and we're actually laying the wood floors tonight after the kids go to bed. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the last picture on here is just a couple of weeks ago, I paid cash for a brand new Honda Odyssey. And I don't have a car payment. It's all free and clear. It's all mine. And it's the very first car I've ever bought that I wasn't just making do with what I could get. Like, I literally picked out every single thing that I wanted in this car for my family and got it. It has leather seats. It has a bump in stereo. It has a widescreen entertainment system. Like, it has every single thing that I wanted. And that was a really cool feeling. The day that I bought it, I just sat in the driver's seat and cried. So I was so happy. I mean, so much of my life had just been getting by. So at a consultant level, I didn't have money for the kit, and I just needed money to buy a new computer, the computer that I'm talking to you through right now. And I earned that in my first month. And from there, it was just like, no, I can do this. And was it smooth sailing? Not even close. But now, looking back, I wouldn't change it for the world. And one thing that my sponsor said to me, who is actually my sister, she said, Kristin, the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well build something. I was like, okay, so if you're in here and you've been around for a few years and you haven't built what you want, the time is going to pass anyway, so keep building. Okay, aside from all of these, I mean, these are huge, big, and flashy. I wanted to show you some smaller things that have happened all along the journey as well, because it's not just like you get to the end and you're like, ta-da, there's all these awesome things. This was awesome long before I bought that car. It was awesome long before I bought that house. And so here's a look at some of the smaller things that are not so small to me. On the left, those are my kids after they ripped open a few boxes of books. I know all of you have experienced this with your kiddos. The books keep on giving, and there's nothing better. There's just nothing better. The middle picture is my crowning picture from earning senior director, and my daughter, Tenley, when I got my director crown, I FaceTimed her, and the first thing she said was, Mom, is it real? And I was like, yeah, it's real. She's like, that is so cool. She was so excited. She's like, can I try it on? You know, and so I got to tell her that I got a bigger one, which just blew her mind. And her favorite color is purple, so this really works out. So this picture, I had her standing on the books because that's exactly how this happened. That tiara means confidence and self-sufficiency and so much freedom. To me, it means the world. And so there's a lot more than just that tiara, and modeling for my, what hard work looks like, and all these amazing values of perseverance and dedication and consistency. And then in the bottom right, these are my 6 kiddos. I'm marrying a guy named Jake Miller, and so all 6 of them play baseball, and UBAM paid for all 6 of them to play baseball this year. And the season got cut short, which is heartbreaking. If you guys know me at all, I'm a major sports mom. I love being at the ballpark. And so missing out on that this year has been really tricky because of the quarantine. But That brings me so much joy. And UBAM was paying for dance classes and baseball long before I was a senior director. That's one of the first places that my income went. And so that's something that's paid off throughout the journey. Other things that have helped, especially that I wanted to address, because one of my fears was, I don't know if I want to be a mom like that. And I hear that a lot. And for the first time someone said that to me, I don't know if I want to be a mom like you, was really hard for me to hear. And it hurt my feelings a lot. But I could also recognize her perspective because I had had that same perspective. And I also had the confidence in what I was doing and the security in what I was doing to know that I am such a better mom now than I was 3 years ago. Like, it's not even close, you guys. Like, we waste so much time anyway that now I am connecting with my kids. I am providing them learning resources. I'm now homeschooling all 6 of those kiddos. My understanding of personal development and consistency and building habits, I'm able to help my kids in similar ways that I help my team. I will be a better spouse, but I do think I'm a better partner at this point because of the things I've learned in leadership. So if you are stressed out about what leadership will do to you, be thrilled about what leadership will do to you. I hope it does for you what it does for so many people that I've seen in leadership in UBAM. There's not a better group of women to learn from. They're incredible, and you would be so lucky to join their ranks. And your family will be so blessed because of it. Okay, so next destination. So we talked about the final destination, and I hope you're not back there rolling your eyes at me and going, okay, but senior director, like, I can't say that. Like, I'm not a senior director. I could never put in that time, or I don't know how to coach people, or I don't know. I mean, whatever your reasons are, listen, like, if you want boxes of books to show up at your door with every new release, go get that. If you want to go to Miraval and have a voice in this company, do that, right? If you want to show your kids what a real tiara looks like and what it actually means, do that. So I hope you let yourself dream and see yourself in that vein, because I have no doubt that you can do it, okay? Second, what is your next destination? Okay, so we've got this big destination that we're headed to, okay? But we have to break it down into little milestones. Just like if you're planning like a 15-hour car ride with your kids, which we're about to do, pray for me, you break it into little increments, right? So whenever I take a road trip with my kids, I'm like, okay, but in 3 hours, we're gonna stop for ice cream here. And then in 2 hours, we're gonna see the lake over here. We're gonna go over this big bridge. It's gonna be awesome. Like, break it up for yourself. So what is your next destination? If you are a consultant, your next destination is team leader, period, okay? If you are a team leader and above, actually here, look, I'm funny, okay. It starts with a T and ends with team leader. That's where your next destination is if you are a consultant, okay? That's where you're going. That's where your focus needs to be. That's it. For everyone else, if you are a team leader or above, your next focus is, what first lines am I promoting out? First lines, okay? Because we are going to talk about how to empower everyone who joins your team. Because yes, if you're a consultant and you get a recruit, that is now your team. Congratulations, you have a team, which is great. If you don't have any recruits right now, you are your team. Congratulations, you have a team. Good job. Okay, so team leader. That's your focus. And we're going to talk about how to get there and then what to do beyond that as well. And these steps apply to everyone, whether you are a consultant or a team leader, and we'll talk about how to apply them on both sides. Okay, so first we're going to talk about our GPS and our map. Vision from day one. Get your sights set on your destination and keep them there. Someone is not muted. Just if you just got on, go ahead and mute yourself. Vision from day one. Focus on your destination. That's why we started with it, okay? So if you had 2 milliseconds of bravery and you let your brain go to, I want to be a senior director, you need to latch onto that hardcore. Latch onto it, set it in your sights, and start taking steps towards that. Now, your next destination is team leader. When I was a consultant, I had a sign next to my bed that said, two recruits to 1,000 by August 1st. And I saw it every day before I went to bed and right after I woke up. That's what I saw. Did I do it? Nope. I got to it by September 1st, but I did it. My promotion took me about 3 months. And now I'm a senior director. So it does not matter what you've done before or what you're doing now. If this is what you want, you can go get it. Keep your vision clear. There are plenty of resources for how to make and use a vision board. If you need help with that, contact your team leader. Cultivate genuine coaching confidence. Okay, this is for both yourself if you're a consultant and your downlines if you are a leader and above. Okay, so how I do this, I was an advertising major. We would analyze our companies when we started building strategies on how to get them where we wanted them to go. So similarly, we are going to help you figure out how to get yourself where you want to go and or your downlines where you want to go, okay? So you analyze their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. So strengths, this girl is amazing at personal sales. She cannot recruit to save her life. Cool, if that is you, awesome. You have a strength in sales. Your weakness is recruiting. That's all you need to know. Recruiting is a skill just like anything else. So now you know what to focus on to round yourself out as an awesome book lady. That's all it is. It's just a skill. It doesn't mean anything more about you than this is what I need to learn next. I had to learn how to recruit. Christy had to learn how to recruit. Rachel's on this call. She had to learn how to recruit, right? McKay Maxey, hey girl, she's on this call. She had to learn how to recruit. Everyone had to learn how to recruit. Personal sales are really tricky for me. I have to still work hard at that and being consistent with my follow-ups and busting out my personal business. I work really hard at that. Am I much better at it now than I was 3 years ago? You bet I am. Absolutely I am. But I do, like, that is a weak spot for me. I was a pretty natural recruiter, but I still have honed that skill immensely. It's a skill. So when you lay out the strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats, i.e., I don't have a supportive spouse. You know, I had a girl that her daughter was in the hospital. Like, that's a threat because it takes time away from, I mean, it puts a stumbling block in the path that would be a straight shot to team leader, right? So we have to identify those opportunities and those threats so that we have a clear picture of what we're dealing with. And then we write out a paragraph if needed. I do this for every single girl that I'm helping to promote to team leader. You write out a paragraph of why them promoting to team leader and beyond is a total no-brainer. Like, why of course they're going to do this. When you cultivate that understanding in yourself of who you are helping to get to team leader, and if you're a consultant, you're doing this for yourself. So write this out and analyze the situation until you have a clear picture of why you're going to make it to team leader, no problem, right? It will change how you approach your business. It will change how you coach your people. So you have to cultivate that genuine belief that the people who are going for a team leader are going to hit it and that you yourself are going to promote. We have to believe that internally. We have to turn that switch over in ourselves to make sure that that's a given. Okay, constant direction. Take coaching from your team leader. If you are the team leader, give constant direction. Now, when you get off track, this next bullet point says patient monotone redirection. When you get off track, take the coaching and be willing to try again, okay? If you are the team leader, do not get frustrated. A GPS system does not tell you you're stupid when you get off track. A GPS system says recalculating, this is where you're gonna go. That's what a GPS system does. As a leader, you're a GPS system. You're constantly guiding and helping people achieve the goal that they wanted to be at, okay? If you are a consultant and or a team leader that needs redirection, take that coaching gracefully. Give the benefit of the doubt that sometimes things get lost in translation when you communicate via text, okay? And then alternate routes. There is always another way to get somewhere, always. And so if what you've been doing in the past isn't working, find another way. Find another way, talk to your leaders, and reroute, right? This is gonna be a short stop on this slide, but it's very important that we talk about this. We have the best car ever for this trip. This company is honest, it is empowering, it has a mission that matters, it benefits our entire family. I don't like to badmouth other direct sales companies. I don't think it's productive. But I will say a conversation that I had with my fiance just a couple days ago was, can you imagine if I sold makeup? Because I was ordering all these new titles. right? And I was getting all these new books for my kids, and I was tracking them, and I was so excited for them to get here. And I was like, can you imagine if I sold makeup and like all of my benefits would just go to my face? Instead, it goes to my kids' brains. It goes to their childhood. It goes to my family and my home and building this beautiful library. There's so much good here. We have the best car ever. We're a debt-free company. We have an honest leadership team. We have an honest home office that work their tails off for us. We are in a great car. Stay in the car, okay? Okay, so now let's talk about who is the driver. Okay, as a leader, looking back on some of the promotions I've done, this meme totally applies. Like when people talk about my driving, but did you die, right? You get on the other side and you're like, you didn't die though, so we're good, right? Like, it's okay. Right? And sometimes that's how it goes. Like right now, it is the last day of the month. If you're gonna jump off this call and or if you're messaging people during this call, go for it, lady. This is recorded. You can listen to it later. But like last day of the month, finish strong, like go and get it. Just don't, don't kill anybody. Don't kill yourself. Like don't die. But the driving can get a little crazy. But who is the driver when it comes to promotions? If you're the consultant, you are the driver and you have to take ownership of your promotion, okay? If you're getting to team leader promotion, you have to own that promotion. If your team leader is checking in with you every day and going, hey, where you at? Like, you got a plan? Like, are you gonna do it? No, it should be you messaging going, hey, I'm ready to work. Tell me what to do. I only have like 90 minutes here, but then I could squeeze in another hour here, and then I could do this here. We're gonna do this, and tell me what to do. I'll do it. That is the intensity that it takes from a consultant to get to team leader. And it's that way for a reason, because the perks on the other side are so good. They're so good. And it's the gateway to all the other awesome stuff that you saw earlier in this presentation. So getting to team leader is a big deal, but that intensity and that ownership has to come from you. If you're a team leader or above, you cannot take over for your promotion bound people. Do not do it for them. Do not drag them across the finish line. Now, good coaching, consistent coaching, intense coaching, because we often have to pull that intensity out of our consultants. They will thank you for it later. But you cannot take ownership of their promotion. One thing that Kristy always said to me was, you can't want it more than she does. You can't want it more than she does. And if you do want it more than she does and you make it happen, you're gonna have a really bum leader on your hands. One that you don't want. You just will. So we don't want bum leaders, we want rock star leaders, and so we will empower them by using our analysis that we did earlier. We've cultivated a genuine, of course you're gonna promote, so we're gonna coach in that way, and they have to take ownership of that. Oh, again, right, as a leader, don't take over. There's only a steering wheel and pedals in the front. Your girl has got to rise to the occasion. Okay, next we're gonna talk road signs, okay? Along this road, there are road signs. We're gonna dive into each one. So stop signs, don't look for one. When you're getting through team leader promotion, it is so important, both as a coach and as a consultant going through team leader promotion, that you do not look for a stop sign and that you do not promise a stop sign after the promotion happens. Team leader promotion is tough. Are you ever going to have to push like this again? Spoiler alert, yes. Are you gonna have to push like that again every single day and every single month? No, you're not. But if you are pushing for team leader promotion so that you can stop when you're done, you're in the wrong business. You're just in the wrong business, because what happens is it always gonna feel this hard? No, it really won't. But as you push through, you grow so much as a consultant and as a leader, honestly. You grow so much that you'll be able to take on that load without it totally throwing off your life again, right? So, full transparency, the promotion to team leader was really hard for me. It was really hard. And pushing through, I remember crying to my upline and being like, this feels like Everest. I'm never gonna be able to do this. And then I did it, and it was great. Hi. My phone is dead. I'm sorry. Give me just 1 minute. I'm talking to my book friends, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
After that, can I play on the computer?
Maybe. Okay. Okay. Don't look. You are book friends. These are my book friends. So Don't look for a stop sign because, so full transparency, the times that I pushed like crazy, pushed hard enough that when I finally accomplished it, I sobbed like a baby, was team leader promotion. I cried. When I promoted to executive, I was sending messages while I was taking my kids around trick-or-treating. And after I hit it, I sobbed. I was so happy to be done. And I hit it at like 10 o'clock, which I had a little time to spare, but I was so happy. And then when I hit senior director, I sobbed. And I was in like shock for like 4 days, you guys. Like it wasn't even slow. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Like I'm in a fog. But I had been so on and so focused and so consumed by it that like laundry didn't get done. No one cooked anything. Now, those were 1 month each over the course of 3 years. And then the rest of the time, I consistently worked my business, okay? So don't look for a stop sign. Watch for that personal growth. Celebrate and then focus on what your next step is. So always know where you're headed next, right? We break this down into milestones. Just like we talked about earlier, team leader is your first one and or promoting someone out is your next one. So we keep moving on. Expect hesitation. Don't accept the hesitation. So your girls are going to push back. If you can think, and you're probably going to push back, you're probably going to feel hesitant. I did, right? Christy did at some point. Surely she did. She's like inhuman, right? But surely she expected hesitation and experienced that, right? And I know she's coached so many people through hesitation because she coached me through hesitation. So it is constant, right? And so if you're having a commitment conversation with, oh, we've been found, guys. Hi, you. Hi. If you expect all of your girls to be like, hey, you should go for team leader. And they're like, I don't know. And you come back to your leader and you're like, oh, she doesn't want it. Like, that's not true. Or you get into week 3 of a promotion and they're like, this isn't for me. And you go to your team leader and you're like, she's out. I just don't know what to do. No, we are solution-minded as leaders. You thought it was impossible too. It's the last day of the month. Do you want to know how many people I have got back in the boat today? So many. So many. Every single leader has a hesitation. Every single leader thinks it's impossible. So just expect it, but don't accept it. Coach through it. Focus on the road behind you to build confidence for the road ahead. So team leader is going to be your first big push to show yourself what you can do. So don't let yourself down, right? Push through it. And then you can use that as an example later when you're promoting up to, hey, that seemed really impossible. And then I did that. If you've never done something impossible, HOC 3 felt super impossible to me. And I had the first one that I actually hit in 3 weeks. So like, it seems impossible until you do it, and then you'll go out and do it again and again. Growth-focused encouragement, we talked about that. Like, not, hey, but the month's over in a week, right? And then you can take a rest. No, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on, girl, don't you remember when doing 2 parties in one night blew your mind and you couldn't focus on anything else for like the whole week? Now you can do that in your sleep. We focus on growth as we encourage. Okay, creating intermediate milestones. We talked about that. Focusing on skill set over numbers. Okay, if your numbers aren't there, obviously we need to address that, but it is not the end of the world. Most people's numbers are not there in every facet of this business all the way through. Okay, there's always something to be learning. Christy also taught me that this business is all about learning. And as long as you're good and kind to yourself as you're learning each skill, you're going to be fine. So focusing on your skill set and being like, okay, use your numbers as data for what you should be working on. So if your recruiting numbers are not there, focus on recruiting. If your sales numbers are not there, focus on sales. If your promotion numbers are not there, like you haven't promoted someone out and who knows how long, focus on learning how to promote. Everything is a skill. Everything's a skill. So use your numbers as data for what you should focus on. Okay, forward is forward. Like we talked about earlier, it does not matter where you are or what has happened in the past. If you're moving forward, you're moving forward. The time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well build something. Strengthening those vital skills is so important. Again, using the data to know what to focus on. And then this is really important. Vision casting is not dependent on speed or time, okay? It's not dependent on speed or time. So earlier on in this presentation, if you said, hey, I think I might want to do senior director, And it was like super hesitant. Latch on to that. It does not matter how long it takes you to get there. Stay in the car. Just stay in the car. One common thread that upper level leaders can agree on is that you just don't quit. Like, do you want a secret to be a director? Don't quit. There's your secret, seriously, and keep learning, honing in on those skills. Goals that get you where you want to be are where time comes into play. Okay, so you have a vision. I want to be a team leader. If that's your vision right now, I want to be a team leader. It does not matter how long it takes you to get there. Now, when you set a goal, it is time to turn on the gas. If, heaven forbid, you do not hit team leader this month, I didn't. Not this month, because it's the 30th, and if you're still pushing, like, get off of this call and go do it. But if you don't hit it in the original time frame that you set, it means you did not achieve that goal. It does not mean that we abandon the whole vision, okay? You wanted it bad enough to set your sights on it before, so don't change it now. Cast the vision, personalize the goals. Okay, yield. This is where ownership really, really comes into play. So these are the different skills that you're going to learn as a consultant. There are different phases of learning, and all it is, again, is learning. So as a consultant, you're going to learn how to promote to team leader. That takes calendar management, recruiting, and party skills, okay? When you're a team leader, to get to senior team leader, you have to learn how to promote somebody out, okay? After that, to go from senior team leader to executive, you're going to teach other people how to promote people out. So you just become a better coach. After that, you're helping others learn how to help others promote people out. But take the wheel. As a consultant, you have to take the wheel. And as above that, you have to help others.
From the UMAM thing.
Last thing, street sign that we're going to talk about, or road sign that we're going to talk about, is the no passing zone. Okay, so as soon as every team leader on my team promotes, our focus is identifying and promoting out her first 3 first lines, no matter what level they're at. We are identifying. Now you have 5 recruits to pull from. Every team leader has 5 people. So you should be able to identify at least 1, probably 2, and in weird situations, 3. Leadership material. Otherwise, your gal or you should still be recruiting. Recruiting is a natural part of this business. It's a healthy part of this business. If your plan is to get to team leader and stop recruiting, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for you. You won't get where you want to go. Recruiting should be a normal and natural part. So focus on that growth. Again, you're becoming a better recruiter. It's not, oh, I just have to get 1 more and then I'm done recruiting, right? No. Recruiting is normal. Focus on getting your first 3 first lines. Other thing that I have learned from watching patterns, when someone gets their first 3 first lines, that is when the wheels come off and you start building a team without you being directly involved in it. People start recruiting people that you've never talked to. There's training people you've never talked to. That's what you want. Obviously, build those relationships. But that's when your team starts building without you. It keeps your focus off of managing a downline's explosive growth. So if you have a rock star leader and they're just promoting a ton of people out, it can be really tempting to go all in on their business. But if you do that, you miss the opportunity to build wide yourself, which builds your paycheck and your stability. And then if you focus on promoting your first 3 first lines, all of your leaders will rise together, including you, and you will continue to be a source of inspiration and motivation for them. Okay, healthy habits, always fuel up. These are so important. Consistency was my word of the year when I went from senior team lead to director, and I recommend it for everyone trying to do that because consistency is magic in this business. It is so helpful. So healthy habits, daily check-ins. If you don't know how to do a check-in, talk to your upline because heaven knows this group knows how to do a check-in. Consistent personal business in all seasons. I have found that often people will say, oh, well, I'm going to recruit or I'm going to promote someone out, so I'm going to let my personal business fall. No, it affects your confidence. Your confidence is a vital piece to the coaching puzzle. And so HOC2 should be where your focus is. HOC2 is the baseline. That's the next one. Having 2 working on promotion at all times. At the end of every month, I have every single leader on my team identify 2 people in their central group that are going for promotion and send me current numbers so that I can help them and or direct them to their executive to help them as well. Office hours and sticking with them so you don't burn out. Home, self, and spouse care. Go wash your dishes. Just take 10 minutes and wash your dishes if it's gonna make you crazy. Like, I taught my kids how to do the dishes so that I can always have a clean kitchen, because it's one of my things. Like, I need clean countertops. Even in this situation, I need clean countertops, so my kitchen is clean. But take care of your home, take care of yourself. Taking 10 minutes to read a book at night before you go to bed instead of scrolling and checking numbers, super helpful. And taking care of your spouse. Use your override, use your checks, use your bonuses to spoil your spouse. Go on dates, spend time, and don't take your phone. Team support and buy-in, making sure that you are cultivating those relationships, empowering people like we talked about earlier. And then monthly coaching calls. Schedule one for yourself with your team leader if you're a consultant. Schedule one for yourself with your team leader if you're a team leader. Monthly coaching calls and touching base with people who get it is so helpful. So much can be done in a 20-minute coaching call that would take hours to go back and forth on. Okay, almost done. You guys are awesome. Time for snacks. I love a good snack on a road trip. These are the snacks that you can use to motivate yourself and your recruits and team members. Trip earning just started. We're going to Hawaii, and there are penguins at the resort. I feel like I need to say that again. There are penguins at the resort. I will be at the penguins. If you'd like to come say hi, I will be by the penguins. There are penguins! I know! Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so HOCs every single month. There's some consistent HOC3s lately, which is so awesome. There's a group on my team who decided that they're gonna go for HOC3 every single time, and they've hit it 3 times in a row right now, and their confidence is through the roof. You wanna know how to confidently coach somebody? Feel awesome about yourself as a book lady. Hit big goals. It'll make you feel awesome. Public recognition, shouting your gals out for whatever. Whether it's, you know, this girl hit 10,000 personal sales over the entire time she's been a book lady, or this girl hit her climb mark, or, you know, whatever it is. Team challenges, FOMO. There are perks in leadership. Be visual about them. Show your girls what is possible for them. And then Uzzy Buddies, connect people, connect yourself. Go find yourself some friends who are doing the same thing you do. Be brave and put yourself out there, because my Uzzy Buddies, I don't know what I would do without them. I really don't. They make this journey so much better. And it makes the wins sweeter and the defeats less hard. It really does when you have someone to go back to. Okay, so what if we break down? You're going to at some point. And so you build this resilience in your business. You can just count on it. I don't know anyone who just walks their way. Hi, sweet girl. Are you headed out? Take what up? Your necklace? Sure. Thank you. So plan on breaking down. No one just waltzes through the ranks of UGAM without a serious setback. Personally, my personal life exploded and I had 5 leaders quit. That's 5. I've had 5 first lines quit in the time that I've been with UGAM. It happens. It happens. The only thing that you can do is set your own mind. You can control yourself. But I wanted to say something. Okay, so on a road trip, you do stop at some point, right? If you need a rest, you go to the bathroom at a rest stop, right? Is the rest stop as awesome as the beach? No, it's not. Don't stay in the rest stop. Like, it's not great there. You know what's coming for you. Like, don't stay in the rest stop. That's crazy. Okay, so if you break down, plan on it. Prepare for it. Watch yourself, look for signs of burnout, and cope with them. When you are tired, rest. Do not quit. Okay? Okay. The rest stop is not near as awesome as leadership. It's not. And every level of leadership. Okay. Last thing is bring your friends and crank up the music. Obviously, you cannot get where you want to go without friends, without recruits, without people. Now, at ELC, I showed a really awesome video and I put my sports mom voice announcer on and I went crazy. I'm not going to do that for you ladies right now. But if you're at ELC, I will do something stupid, I promise. But I will send the video to Kristin if you guys want to see it. But I did prepare something for you guys. So cranking up the music, getting your mindset right, and bringing people along with you. This is a promotion playlist. These are all my Go Kick Butt songs that I listen to towards the end of the month. If you want to go check out that playlist, it's on Spotify. tinyurl.com/promotion playlist. It's pretty easy to remember, so we're going to go ahead and move right along. But so what now? If you are a consultant, here are your next steps. Fill out your team leader application. Print out the team leader tracker. I have one on the next slide if you want it. Put your immediate why where you can see it, okay? There's a reason that you're doing this. It is okay for that reason to be money. It is okay for that reason to be more money than is even realistic for you to have right now. It is okay for that reason to be, I want to pump up my kids' library. It is okay for that reason to be, I really need something for myself because I feel like I've lost my identity and I need to feel like I accomplished something that doesn't get undone at the end of the day. It is whatever that why is, it's got to be enough to get you to wake up and start working in the morning. Commit to asking each hostess 3 times to join no matter what, and commit to never giving up until the clock hits 0. Again, I am a sports mom. I love sports. I use sports analogies and everything. Growing up, okay, I'm a BYU fan. BYU sports teams are terrible. They're not good. And every single game I went to, though, they're known for like coming out in like the last 2 minutes and winning the game. And so as a BYU fan, you never leave until the clock actually hits 0 because they have had more Hail Mary passes than anything else. Like, it's stupid. They really should just, not fall apart in the 3rd quarter. But here we are. So don't leave until the clock hits 0. And even when the clock hits 0, again, we don't abandon the vision. We analyze the goal, and then we reset our course and go again. Team leader and above, here are your next steps. Fill out the next 2 leader level maps. If you're a advanced leader, you fill out senior team lead and executive because you will approach your business differently if you can see those spaces. If you're an executive, you're gonna fill out senior exec and director or senior director. Just do it, you know what I mean? Like, just go for it. There's no reason not to. Make the On Track for Step screen as a leader. You have a section on your back office called On Track for Step. Make it your BFF. I check that more than I check my central group reporting numbers. On Track for Step shows all the people who have made strides towards promotion. Sort those people by active recruits and then coach the heck out of them, okay? Commit to leaving the rest stop. Don't stay in the rest stop, no matter how discouraged you are, no matter how much you love scrolling on your phone while you sit on the toilet. Don't stay in the rest stop. Number 4, empower everybody. Analyze it like we talked about until it's genuine, until you genuinely believe in each person on your team. That will come through in your communication, and then put consistency front and center. If you are consistent, if you're consistent in your check-ins, if you're consistent in your personal business, if you're consistent in your coaching, you're going to get where you want to go. Okay. Last thing, I just want to say thank you. I get really intense when I talk, so I hope that was okay. But here is a tracker to get to team leader. That is step 1 for you ladies. And if you're getting someone else to team leader, you should be treating their promotion as if it was your own. But all of your messages go straight to your promotion mom girl so she can do the coaching. Anyhow, it was a pleasure. Is there any questions? I'm happy to answer questions for a little bit.
I feel like we just need to have like a round of applause for you. Can we make that happen? Everybody unmute yourself. And just kidding.
You guys are so welcome.
Some sauce.
I love that everybody actually did that. That was so fun. You, Kristin, you are amazing as always. Now everybody knows we always rave about you. And we probably can't wait to hear you speak for the next time. Emily wants to know your #1 recruiting tip. Okay, mute yourself again for just a second.
#1 recruiting tip. Okay, so I'm agreeing. #1 recruiting tip is read GoPro. Second recruiting tip, though, is make it natural. And don't be afraid to take your foot off the gas a little bit. You kind of play this game of chicken with recruiting, in my opinion. Bring it up and then make it seem like not a big deal. I love doing that. I'll bring it up and they're like, oh, no, I don't think it's for me. I'm like, oh, that surprises me. Why? And they'll tell me, like, oh, okay, no worries, whatever. And then I bring it up again and again. So you bring it up 3 times, but like, don't be afraid to back off the first and second time because you know the third one is coming. So in the last ask that I do is always right before the party. I do it about an hour, maybe 2 hours before the party. And I say something like, "Okay, you're going to totally think I'm nuts, but I've done a lot of parties. I've looked at this party is going to be big. It's going to be a good party. And honestly, it makes very little sense for you not to do this. Like, and whatever hesitation they told me before, is that your only reason? Because if it is, I know we can work with it." And then we, move forward. Cindy, there are teachers at every level, at every level. It is totally realistic. In fact, yeah, I was going to say, in fact, Rachel is on this call. Like, do you want to? Over to Rachel. Rachel was an amazing teacher and resigned just a couple of years ago. When did you resign, Rachel? Yeah, you were an exec and you were still teaching. And Sarah Chatfield, same way, right? Is she still teaching? Sarah?
What? Yeah, Sarah's still teaching.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's a director.
She's a director. So, and she's not the only one, if I remember right. Also, Kate Bird. Is Kate Bird a director?
I'm the worst with names in the world,
okay.
So don't ask me to name people, but I'm sure there are still like tons.
She's teaching. Gina Shear was a teacher before she, blew the wheels off of UBAM.
I think Kate is almost a director.
Is she?
Almost, I think.
Where are you? I can't see your face.
I know, my face is like, on the screen, where am I? I don't know.
Yes, I'm trying to find, there you are. Hi.
You need to unspotlight yourself. I don't know.
Oh, your spotlight.
Oh, I don't know how. Cancel the spot. Gosh, you guys just want to look at my face this whole time. That's
so beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know. I made you the host, so I can't do anything now.
Oh, sorry. I did see the button. So I need to stop recording, or are you still recording?
I'm still recording.
Okay. But yes, as a teacher, go for it. I think I lost all of my excuses when I found out that one of the directors had 6 kids and homeschooled them and was a director. And I was like, what am I doing with my time? Like, surely I can figure this out. So just be kind with yourself and figure things out. Like, figure out how it fits in with your life and figure out, how it works for you. Don't change the system. Work that system with your life. Are there any other questions?